For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level. And on a day like this, we shall be looking at, we shall look at it, we shall delve into it, we shall tidy it up. A situation that borders on the religion of Islam. And the topic for today, I want to give it to you ab initio, so that you can think along our trajectory can be the same, on the same page, is true Islam. Misconceptions, facts, and economic reasons. I'll say that again. True Islam, misconceptions, facts, and economic lessons. We are all Nigerians. Nigeria is a blessed country. Not only do we have a lot of ethnic diversity that is a factor of unity, we also have different religions, of which the two major ones are Islam and Christianity, with loads and loads of others. And the simple fact is, we are worshiping one God that we call in different names, that we have different approaches to. And that is why we need to look at ourselves as brothers and sisters in a big family called Nigeria before we allow fake news and bigotry to take charge of our mentality and lead us into an abyss that is not nice. So I am telling you this morning, be part of this program and enjoy. Let's share ideas. What I say on a regular basis is, nobody, I repeat, nobody has the prerogative of intellect. It is when we juggle our ideas that we'll be able to learn more from ourselves. With me in the studio this morning to do justice to that topic of true Islam, misconceptions, facts, and economic lesson is my brother Yushau Aliu.
Thank you very much, and good morning, and happy Eid Maulud.
Thank you. Well, you're welcome to it. Anytime, any day, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
My brother here is an economist. He has his own form of worship, which happens to be Islam. I am not dwelling on that. But he is here to share with us his ideas on that element of Islam, the misconceptions, the facts, and most of all, the economic lessons. Because in actual fact, it is the economy that drives everybody. If you are hungry, you don't listen to anything.
That is true.
You don't listen to anything.
That is true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, on my opening this morning, I would like to make us follow the trajectory. We're going to deal first and foremost with the misconceptions. The major of which is the element of Islam not being that Muslims are hard-going, they are not this, they are not that, they fight, they do this. It's a big misconception, which we are going to tidy up this morning. It's high time we forget that belief. It's high time we do. I would like to run you an inference into the caliphs of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. Caliphs, by caliphs, I mean in simple words, disciples. Those are the disciples of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him. They are like, we have Abu Bakar, we have Umar, we have Ali, we have Ghaffar, Usman, and the rest of them. But what I'm particular about this morning is I want to run an inference into what Umar said. When the Prophet asked them, what do you think? Give me 3 things you think. I am particular about Omar because I want you to listen to it. Omar said, He loves goodness in secret. Goodness in secret means anonymity. If you want to do anything, just do it for God, not for human, not for self-aggrandizement, not for praise. Do it because you want to do it. The second one is, he said, he hates evil. Even in public. That is, he denounces evil. And the third one he said is speaking the truth anywhere and everywhere. Do you get the three trajectories of one of the disciples of Annabi Muhammad, what he said? He likes goodness in anonymity. He abhors evil. And he preaches speaking the truth anywhere and everywhere, no matter whose ox is God. That is one of my intros. Another is the element of what we believe in. That most of the banditry that is taking place in Nigeria, that is all over the place, it's Muslim, Muslim, Muslim. I will tell you this morning. That is a wrong perspective. That is a wrong notion. And based on this, I would like to give you a clip of what happened some time ago. I was at a panel with the likes of Governor Masari, Senator Jika, retired CP Ojuku, my humble self. I would like us to take a listen first before I expatiate on it. Kindly take a listen.
Now what? We confronted some of the people, the bandits. If you come, I always try to take my state as an example. He will tell you that he's a Muslim. If you ask him what is Islam, he doesn't know. So he has not been to even the Quran school. He has not been to Western education school. So what do you think the difference will be between him and the animal?
If you have listened to that clip from Governor Masari, what he said there was very apt. And he said he was using his own state, Katsina State, as an example. And what he said was simple. He said there was a time he had most of these bandits with him. And he was trying to be a little bit magnanimous. He asked them a simple question. The first answer they gave to him is, I am a Muslim. As if that is a certificate of exit. And he asked them, what is Islam? He doesn't know. In other words, like the governor said, he never went to a Muslim institution, neither did he go to a Western education. So basically, he is uneducated, he is not a Muslim, he carries out what he's doing because he is a pervert of a human being. And as such, I do not expect Nigerians to use that as a criteria that, okay, Muslims are perpetrating this. Muslims are perpetrating that. Lately, we've heard in the South, a lot of abductions, kidnappings are happening, and the common knowledge is it is a Muslim. Some of them that were arrested were not even Muslims. They were not even Northerners. In other words, some of our kids, I'm a Southerner, some of our kids are beginning to do it too. And then we're putting the blame, we're shifting the blame somewhere else. But as we speak, that is a misconception. And one of the questions, the first question I'm going to throw at my guest here this morning is, let us tidy up that element of misconception. My brother Yushao.
Thank you.
Like I said earlier, you are always welcome to this program because I love your insightful insights.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about the misconceptions. You've seen, every Nigerian knows it. We all know it. Lay some of them across, look at them, and let us find solutions to them. Let's have your thoughts.
When you go deep to the issue of misconception, it's of categories. There are non-Muslim misconceptions about Islam.
Thanks for keeping faith. I would like to repeat my question to my brother here, Yushao, in the studio. And that question is, we've heard about all the misconceptions. I call some of them fake news. I call some of them not being educated enough about what is really happening. What I want is your insightful insights about these misconceptions how we allay the fears of the people, and how we educate them some more about what they do not know.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bola, is a very hard question.
Yeah, I know you will do justice to it.
But being Eid al-Mawlud, I took it upon me to dwell so much on political economy than religious.
Good.
And at the same time also to give emphasis about lessons that we can learn. One of the most important aspects in understanding misconception as a notion is that there is misconception about what is Islam from a different angle that is non-Muslim.
Okay.
There is a misconception. There is a misconception of non-Muslim to Muslim themselves. So these are two things: Islam, Muslims.
Okay.
There is also a misconception about the religion of Islam by some Muslim, depending on the school of thought.
That's true. That's true.
One of the fundamental aspects that I can dwell on, that the third one, that is the misconception by the Muslims themselves, is the fact that of this Eid al-Mawlud
Okay.
is divided. Some agree that there should be Eid al-Mawlud. Some doesn't agree.
That's true.
So it's a misconception of understanding why Eid al-Mawlud in the first instance. To me, I spent part of my night attending the Eid al-Mawlud, where the history of the Prophet, the good ethics, the good morality, and also the sacrifices made for us to be Muslim today. Misconception about Islam as a religion
That's right.
started in the city of Mecca when it was revealed. Around 570 after that, AD. So the Meccans at that time misunderstood the religion itself, and they call it different names. So it's not a new thing. Muhammad, they agreed, was part of them. And they agreed is somebody that is honest. And they gave him the name Al-Amin, the trustworthy. That's the name they gave him. But when he came with the issue of Islam, they changed the name. They attacked him. So virtually from now to end of the world, there is going to be that misconception.
Okay.
No matter what, because it's not easy to convince an individual who is not ready to understand
That's right.
what a religion is all about. But presently, as from your background, you highlighted major religion in Nigeria: Islam, Christianity, and host of others. We know them. They all believe in whatever. Even the traditional Hausa society before today, some of them were worshipping sun as their god.
Yeah.
And from the tradition, to stress the point is the fact that there is a song in Hausa.
Go ahead, sing it. Then you translate afterwards.
Is children
Okay.
who say Rana, Rana, Pito, Pito, Muyanka, Miki Ragon Baba, Kishajini, Sher, Sher. Meaning that Hausa man, his child was asking sun to shine so that they can slaughter his father's ram for the shine, just for shining.
That's it.
That happens when there is sun eclipse. That proves the fact that traditional Hausa societies worship suns some years back. Now they are Muslim, predominantly, not all.
Not all, you're right.
Now, who are Muslims?
Good.
Is another factor.
Let's give definitions.
So, to some extent, many people thought Muslims are Arabs. Some believe that Muslims should be Asians. Many believe that Muslim is restricted to certain regions of the world. But above all, is the fact that now, as a society transform, there is the religion of Islam.
That's right.
And there are Muslims.
Naturally. Yes.
And there are school of thought. A cleric recently, this school of thought that always have different definitions and different meaning and different understanding of certain concept, categorize them as probably this network of communication. No matter what, one network communication has only name, but the desired result is to communicate.
That's right.
So religion in itself is just a matter of communicating with the Creator.
God.
Whether God, whether Allah,
whatever you
want to call. So Islam today has passed through a lot of challenges. And that is why, in understanding, for instance, those who are very much closer to Islam are the Christians.
Why do you say that?
Because of the fact that the Prophet of Islam and the religion of Islam honored so much of Jesus Christ and honored his own biological mother, Maryam, that even in the Bible you cannot find a chapter that is called the chapter of Mary. But in the Holy Quran, there is a complete chapter showing who is Maryam, who is Mary, the mother of Jesus.
And Nabi Isa.
And Nabi Isa alayhi salam. So you have seen how right from the beginning, Islam cherished Christianity. Not only cherishing those people, but at the same time the Prophet, this hijrah we are counting.
Yes.
There was a king in the part of the world called Ethiopia today.
Which is in Africa.
Which is in Africa. So when the Muslims were disturbed, the Prophet asked them, there is a king who is surrounded with so much of justice and was a Christian. And he asked them to go there. When they reached the Ethiopian city, before the king wanted to listen to them. But his own disciples wanted him to revolt against them. But he insisted, let me hear from them.
That's good.
What did your Quran? Why are you here? And they told him that our Quran told us about Jesus and Maryam. And he asked them to read part of the chapter. When they read the part of the chapter, he said, these people must not be harmed.
That's a good one.
And he took them. That was the beginning of Islam. Today's world, you find a situation where a lot of relativity, a lot of understanding, a lot of challenges. Some came through the back door. If you are to translate,
okay,
the best salat
yes,
of the Prophet is Ibrahimiyya. That is the prayer where he himself said he preferred that to be identified with Abraham. Though Abraham was claimed by all religion.
Yes.
Abraham was claimed by the Jews, was claimed by the Christians, and we Muslims also claim him. And we name our sons and daughters.
That's true.
Ibrahim.
That's true.
How? This noble man, noble prophet, alayhi salam, Ibrahim, was not a Jew, was not an Arab, but was born and brought up in Iraq.
Modern day Iraq.
Modern day Iraq.
Which was Persia then.
Yes. So, and the history reveals that for all of us, you find a Jew Abraham, you find a Christian Abraham, and you find a Muslim Ibrahim. So we claim all. So it means that in Islam, what is more important is that you believe in all prophets of God. If you denounce one, you are not a Muslim.
That's good. That's a good lesson.
That is accommodative.
That's right.
And that
the religion of Islam is very, very accommodating. That's what you are laying across to us.
Excellent. So now, some certain aspect of it, Advent, challenges, terrorism. When you mention terrorism in your background, I used to pity people that misunderstood. Now, what do you say about the Simpen of Northern Ireland? The terror attack.
The Sinn Féin, yeah.
The Sinn Féin. So, what do you say about others? Terrorism is an act that is not friendly to any social system that has morality and value.
That's true.
Islam is one. And at the same time also, we that are from this part of the world, that is in Africa, and being Muslim, We have our tradition, we have our cultures, the same way the Arabs, the Asians, and other part of the world that they have their cultures and tradition. What brings all? Professor Aloy Ijegu, in one of his lectures on morality, has identified norms, ethics that are accommodative in all tradition. Nobody wants to be called a thief.
No, no, of course not.
Nobody wants to be called a wicked. In fact, in Christianity, Isaiah 48 verse 22 is clearly stated, there is no peace, said the Lord, unto the wicked.
That's true. That's true.
Then, and no individual who does not understand what is called wickedness. If you need water and I have, and I prevented you from taking, I'm wicked to you.
That's right.
And God says that there is not going to be peace for me divinely. The same thing applies in Islam.
That's right.
That Allah never guides a wicked. That's why you find them very hard to understand, because of the act of wickedness. And that brought us to the concept of how you understand religion and how you understand the morality in the religion and how you look at religion itself before looking at those who are practicing religion.
Thank you very much, because what you've just done now that I would like to revert back to our viewers back at home is to run a reference to my opening earlier. When I said one of the companions of Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, when he said, that is Omar, when he said he loves goodness in anonymity, which is what he said. If you have something, give it to it without waiting for rewards. The second one, where he hates evil, is what you've just mentioned now. You even gave a Christian addendum to it by quoting Isaiah, by saying, even God says he hates person who is evil and wicked. Omar said it too, that he hates being evil. He shows one thing, because what we said earlier is to give our viewers a kind of concept of seeing the misconceptions. We're beginning to go into the facts. You're giving us the facts from both sides of the fence. And in most cases, I would like to look at one thing and then be able to tell our viewers back at home that there is something in us. Like he rightly said, wickedness, honestly, is inherent in every one of us. You can only go against it if you allow your conscience, which is God-given, to take over, so that you negate wickedness and evil and then be good in your behavior. But at the same time, I want to localize the situation we have on ground. Like we both alluded to, Christians, Muslim, and whatever, myriads of other religions abound in Nigeria. That is one of the factors of our unity, after all, that diversity. But I would like to say one thing to us as viewers back at home. I preach one element of 6 and 9. If you take your pen and write the letter 6, facing you, you will see 6. If another man is standing on the other side of the table and looking at my 6, he will see 9. If you don't believe me or you're thinking about it, don't even bother your head. Just write 6. Look at it from this side and look at it from the reverse side. What am I saying here? What I'm saying is there is that element of conviction. I say that word again, conviction. I am seeing 6. I am convinced I am looking at 6. From that side, you are seeing 9 and you are convinced you are seeing 9. Can you understand the syndrome? What we have here is now a situation where we are able to talk to ourselves enough to convince you to come to my side and come and see 6. Or for you to convince me and come to your side and see 9. That is where the difficulty is. Nobody wants to move to whether see your 6 or 6 or 9. What I am seeing is what I believe in, and that is what I'm going to do. What do you think is a way around this element of conviction, but without that element of coming together to juxtapose our ideas?
I think, Mr. Bola, I never wanted to go to that level.
You have to.
but I have to, because the 6 you mentioned, the theory of magic 6, 6, 9, 2 figures.
Yes.
That 2 into 6, 2.
Okay.
3, 3. That 3, that's when you divide 6, you have 2.
2 3s.
Yeah, 2 3s. When you divide 9, you have 3 3.
Let's hear your concept first.
So when you put 6 and when you put 2 and 3, you go back to the same 6. That's magic 6. So now the conceptual.
Now go ahead. Tell us how we now do to merge ourselves.
To merge ourselves is to understand that no matter what, you see a figure. It has an origin.
Okay.
And that origin has a lot of reason behind it.
That's true.
So you have to respect what you see, what others see.
Okay, that's
because if you go to back, if you change position,
you will see something different.
No, what if I am standing here, you are standing there, you have your 6,
and
I have my 6.
Okay,
you see my 6 9. I see yours 6.
My 6, yours is showing you 9.
9. So the same thing applies if I should go back there.
Okay,
that if you are a Muslim worshiping God, remain, you have a God, you have Allah. If you are Christian worshiping, you have God, you have Allah. If the conversion come, that's when people convert. A Muslim convert to Muslim, a Christian convert to Islam, becomes a Muslim. A Muslim convert becomes a Christian.
That's true.
So what is unknown to you is now known to you.
Okay.
This is simple illustration.
But at the same time, let's localize the situation we have on our hands. We're both Nigerians.
Yeah.
We have a lot of misconceptions. We've been able to look at them a little bit, and we have a kind of attitude. You see that element of attitude?
Yeah.
How do we make ourselves come together, understand ourselves better? We have a very good disparity here. I'm a Southerner.
Yeah.
You're a Northerner.
Yeah.
You're my friend. You're my brother. I even love you more than some of my friends or my relations back in the South.
Yes,
but the thing is, you are my friend, irrespective of where you are from.
Yeah.
So how do we, as Nigerians, what do we preach? What do we have to do so that we can have a better fusion as Nigerians?
We take the best part of teachings of our religion. When we take the best part of the teaching of our religion,
that's a good one.
We solve all the problem. Let me give you a scenario where a Muslim does not believe to go to have Western education. It's a misconception.
Very huge misconception.
Say Boko Haram. How?
I even say one thing. If you're talking about education and you want to, why are you using a phone?
Not only that one. I will tell you some basic that are behind it.
Go ahead.
One is the fact that you say book is haram. Book. The origin of Boko is book. Because we are reading with other materials of wooden, leather. Now they come with a book. That book is what is called Boko.
Okay.
Behind that one, there is one fundamental aspect before learning any language or any religion, that is knowledge. The first verse revealed to Prophet Muhammad is about sallallahu alaihi wasallam is read. Ikra. That's the first revelation.
Read.
Get
knowledgeable.
Yes. And that Quran is called a book.
It's a book.
Read.
Yes. It was written out of an educated mind.
Spiritually. So why are you? And the same inside the same Quran, God swear with a pen and what the pen's write. Nun wal kalam wa ma yasturun.
That's right.
This is a fundamental issue to qualify you to read. To read what? Knowledge.
That's right.
And the Prophet made emphasis that if you are learning, you can go up to the extent of going to China to learn. China are Buddhist.
Of course. And their own lettering is cuneiform, what they call it.
But we took Western education that has been brought by the British as an enemy in the first instance. Enemy of Islam, not knowing that even the British, 5th century, there was no English. When the Arabs has Arabic, when the French were speaking French, there was no English. 6th century, English started from German migrants to the Britain. They started doing English. And that alphabet is what I am dwelling on. Nobody can tell you the meaning of alphabet. You can only say it's just a sequence of arrangement of letters.
To make it into letters and make it into words and sentences.
What is alphabet? A scholar enlightened me, Dr. Umar.
Go ahead.
That alphabet is alifun, ba'un, ta'un. So when the white men find those Arabs with alifun, ba'un, ta'un it became ABC. And that ABC initially was Latin. The English composition adopted Greek. The English people adopted Spanish. So when they combine the two, that is why today even our democracy, the one that every nation is practicing, is a combination of demos and kratos. That's democracy. Right. Demos meaning people, and kratos make a rule. So they borrowed and they make use of it. And today everybody is talking about democracy worldwide. So that's the emphasis to which you understand that whatever you are doing, you have your moral values.
That's true.
You have your ethics.
That's true.
And the best way to understand others is to look at their morality and look at their also moral values and borrow from them. These are some of the ways we can change our attitude. That's now, true. Nobody told us that today we are going to have program, we should wear black. It's just a coincidence.
It's just a coincidence. It's just a matter of the mind.
Just matter of the mind.
That's it.
Because we are going to, as I introduced, we are shaping, we are sharing certain philosophy,
and
which we think
Nigerians are viewers out there.
So there is no need to invite hatred to divide us as people.
Let's move ahead from there, because our topic for today dealt with misconception, facts, and economic lessons. We've been able to look at the misconceptions, and then we've been able to tell ourselves that there is an element of us being able to come together, understand ourselves better. Don't forget my 6 and 9 analogy. It's highly important. It's an element of conviction. I am seeing 6, I am convinced. You at the other side of the table, you're seeing 9, you're convinced. It needs human relations for us to come together and see my 6, come to you and see your 9. And I guess we're going to develop on that. But the third aspect of our discourse this morning is that element of economic lessons, which is something I want him to go into, because he is first and foremost an economist. That is his profession. That is what gives him his food. We've looked at religion. We've looked at the way of fusing ourselves. He's been able to give us facts that there is a synergy between Islam and Christianity. Let's think more about the synergy than thinking more about dividing ourselves. Let us go into the economic lessons. I want you to make it in short form. What are the economic lessons that we can learn from Islam? Not just Islam alone, it transpires elsewhere too, but let's just take up the facts of the economic lessons in Islam.
Halal and haram.
Good.
Permissible and non-permissible.
Permissible, yes.
Permissibly income. You are not permitted to take what does not belong to you as an income. So therefore, Islam teaches. That's the first thing that the Mecca people at that time agree with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
That's good.
And we have to be industrious. The Prophet, even before the prophethood, was a merchant. Merchant.
That's right. That's right.
And how did he raise his funds to start business? It was a widow who appreciated his qualities and advanced money for him to establish trade between Mecca and Sham and Syria. This is the second. So the first thing is to understand is the concept of halal. Whatever you are taking, you take what is permissible.
That's right.
By morality, even if you don't have God. What is not yours can never be yours. That is one. If we took that one, there is not going to be banditry. There is not going to be killing, armed robbery.
That's true.
That's the second aspect is what to produce, how to produce. That is production. Why are we producing nuclear weapons to kill
ourselves?
To kill ourselves. Why? And spending so much money in ammunition. because we refuse to do justice. So we spend, the money you can use to develop a nuclear is enough to make the entire state comfortable for everyone.
Peaceful.
Peaceful. So we should know what we are producing.
That's true.
The theory of production possibility frontier, that is whether you produce butter or gone.
That's true. The choice is yours.
The choice is yours, and it has a lot of consequences.
That's right. Loads of consequences.
So, but the opportunity cost is there always.
That's true.
And not only what we produce, how we distribute.
The human factor comes in there.
Human factor. We produces enough rice for market so that price can go down, but because of selfish end, Islam does not permit that.
That's true. Thank you very much. You see, like I normally say, one program is never enough to educate ourselves, share our ideas, and share it with our viewers back at home. But I will make you one promise. We've been able to learn from the situation we have on our hands this morning, based on the topic, True Islam, Misconceptions, Facts, and Economic Lessons. We've been able to learn a little. And as thinkers that I know Nigerians are, we'll be able to expand on what we've heard and then move on to the next level. At this juncture, I would like to say thank you to my brother here.
Thank you very much, once again.
He's an economist.
Thank you very much. I'm happy.
He's a brother, and then we have been able to share ideas which you can key into, tap into, and normally use your own perception to think about what we've said this morning so that we can move on to the next level and make one thing happen, make Nigeria